Hello and welcome to my home. My name is Jackie, and I have an unbagging of a bag. So this came from Poshmark. It can be one of two orders. So let's take a look. This came out of Arizona. So let's see what I purchased from Arizona. Let's see if I can open this bag in a more appropriate way. Got a new utility knife, which is good because it's sharper. Aha. So this is my EverQuest for constantly buying Michael Kors bags that I'm the only person that still loves, apparently. So I bought another one. So I just love the way this looked. I wanted a domed bag. Now, this poor bag, the leather a little worn in. You can see that for a little worn in. And I kind of think this is another one of those bags that Craig made me buy. He sent me the listing and he said, Jackie, so it's missing the crossbody strap, which is fine. Bags like this, I tend not to use the crossbody strap with because it's such a convenient size, to be honest. And if you do, I can just put any other type of crossbody strap on it. Let me pull up how much I paid for this. So you can see that the metal on the zipper is actually kind of worn. So actually all the metal is tarnished a bit. It's just kind of old because this is an old bag, guys. This is not vintage, not new, but it's okay. So let me go over to the listing. So this is I bought this bag for $15. So with tax and shipping, all the other things, it was $24.88. So 25 bucks. Now you're like, Jackie, that's still just an okay bag. I don't understand why you bought this bag. Well, let me show you why I bought this bag. Other than I love the color, I like the studs, I like the way it looked. This is a water wipe. It's just a regular baby sensitive skin Fisher Price 99% water. The other 1% is probably fibers that make up this content. So anyway, so what I do when I get a bag, there's a little bit of a stain right here. Right here, there's a little bit of crud, something. I don't know, something. Um, and normally, I'm just going to do a super fast, get the surface dirt off, whatever the surface dirt might be. And it's going to dampen the leather. It's going to darken the leather. Do not panic. It is okay. It is leather. Leather is a natural material. I don't want to put soap on this because it is an older bag. So with older bags, they've probably never been um, cleaned. So when they've never been cleaned, they're delicate. They're in a fragile state. They need a barrier. What is the barrier? The barrier is this. So I use CPR on the first time I use a clean a bag because I do think this is, although a miracle worker, is a pretty intense, harsh type of cleaner. And they say to use your hands, just use your hands. You can use it to use a sponge or use your hands. They say don't use this with a cloth because the cloth will absorb too much of the product. So they recommend just rubbing it in and letting it do its thing. And you see how fast this is kind of sinking into this leather, and I put quite a bit on there. So the first thing you do with a bag that's not yours originally, and you have no idea how long it's been stored or how it's been stored or where it's been stored or any of the environmental conditions it's had to live through, you just put a coating of moisturizer on it because it's probably never had it. Most people have never cleaned a bag. They've never moisturized the bag. It's kind of one of those lost arts that I think people now are doing it more, or at least there's more awareness of it. I see a lot of TikToks and YouTube videos about clean with me and so people are coming around to, oh, I could just clean the bag. But this is not a very old bag. This is maybe 10 or 15 years ago when this bag was the it bag. They re-released this style bag. They made some updates to it. This is a Michael Kors. It's in the and you can see how it kind of just soaked in the leather. You see the darker spots? That's where the finish on this leather is a little bit more porous. So it just kind of took in the moisture really fast. And that's just a thirsty bag, guys. So what you have to do with this is I rub this, you know, moisturizer all over this bag if you let dry. And if it needs to be shaped, you just stuff it. You don't need to. You can, it's a smushy, gushy bag. It doesn't need um, to have a lot done to it. Thanks, just put it right there in the box. And you're just going to moisturize every little bit you can reach, touch, feel, rub, and then rub it in. It's like give it a good spa treatment. This is an awesome spa treatment for your bag. It's saying, hey, thank you for loving me and taking care of me. And this is going to revitalize this bag, guys. This bag is going to look like you won't even remember. Um, you're like, wait a minute, that's not the same bag. I know. Um, the picture actually made it look a lot healthier. It had some good lighting, but this is actually in a little worse condition than I thought it would be in. But that's fine. It was $15. Did I say that? $15, 27 bucks. I pay more for dinner than I did for this. You know? So, and I just want to be able to use this bag again, enjoy it, give it some nice life. I had different variations of this bag, so I'm not I just like the style bag and I like the re-edition, but I don't want to pay re-edition prices. This is still a leather bag. It's still a good bag. Yes, there's some hardware issues, but is it enough for me to say no? No, I like the look of beat up bags, guys. I mean, if y'all been watching my channel for a minute, y'all know that I have a real love for a vintage bag that looks aged and looks like it's been loved. And this is just another case. And I'm just adding more where it absorbed in super fast or hasn't really gone in enough. I'm just adding more to get dark color through. People kind of panic when they see this because they're like, oh my gosh. So what's the worst that can happen? This leather darkened a little bit, or the other thing that can happen is that it darkens unevenly. Now that's I think more of a worry than the darkening at all. I don't mind if it darkens. That's why I'm trying to put as much of conditioner where you can see there's lighter patches so it can soak in, and so that if it does darken all this leather, it will try to be more even when it does start to dry up again, and it will dry. So there we go. Here we go. It is, and that's it. That's what you do with the bag that comes in. You give it the first layer of protection, and it's pretty much moisture is already just absorbed in. Now it's just going to dry. And I'll probably do at least, I'm just going to wipe where the metal is. I don't like to keep that much liquid on this metal. So I'm making sure there's no more moisturizer puddled on the metal itself because you can see like right there's a glob of it. So I'm just making sure that we wipe that off. And there we go. We have a bag. It's just gonna let it sit around. It's gonna dry overnight and tomorrow we start again. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. And the other one I pulled out, I just use it on my hands and moving on. So that is what I do when I get a brand new bag. It's a process. Yeah, that was not very dirty. It's honestly just needed a wipe down and it just needed some moisturizer. And I'll probably need about a couple more applications of moisturizer. And they're like, Jackie, well, how do you know? Well, you can feel it. So that's the one downside of YouTube is I can tell you, I can show you, but you can't feel it. It's a texture thing. As you do more and more of these things, you'll feel it. You'll know this is too dry. Let me moisturize it. Sometimes you're like, okay, this is good. This just needs the cleaning and it's not too dry. I can use saddle soap because saddle soap any soap or solvent can crack your leather if your leather is at the point where it's too dry or fragile. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching my video and have a great day. Bye.